right angle triangle, you can find the sides x and y by using the trigonometric functions or by using the sine rule uh, easily. Okay, so how can you find x? Hmm. How can you find
دكتور
x?
ممكن أقول
Hmm.
1040 equal 30 over
1040,
x.
1040 equals,
30 over x.
okay, 30 over x. And
That means 30 divided 1040.
hmm,
معرفش تطلع كام.
يعني x equals 30 over 1040 equals. And also you can find, who can find the length of y? Who can find y?
ممكن أقول
مستر
برضه.
لا, another one.
ممكن أنا
Hmm.
هتبقى sin 40
Sine 40
equals 30 over y
equal 30 over y, and then y equal 30 over
equals
sine
30 over sin 40.
40. By this way, if you have a word problem like this one, from the level of the ground, an observer find the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 40 and the height of the tower is 30 meters or 30 أي حاجة. Find the distance from the observer and the base of the tower, and find the distance between the observer and the top of the tower, which is y. You will use the same method to solve, or the same solution, but the difference is the words. How can you convert the words into symbols? It's okay. So if you have a right angle triangle like this one, you can solve it by using the trigonometric ratios or by using the sine rule. And if you have a word problem, the means or the meaning of find the sides, distances or angles, the meaning, the same meaning as solving a right angle triangle. It's okay. So I'm going to change this one to give you another items in the triangle, and you are going to solve this one from the top of a tower. It's an example, and you can solve it. That from the top of the tower, the angle of depression of of a point on the ground level was 52. And if the distance from this point to the bottom of the tower was 28 meters. Find the height of the tower and the distance from the observer to the top of the tower. Can you solve this? I'll give you 1 minute to solve it. Okay? Angle
اللي هي
52,
الجبن
this
يعني
one. Okay. So if this,
اه
you can name the figures and the points of the
تمام
vertices of the triangle. A, B, C, for example.
يبقى ABC.
Okay, so you can find measure of angle C equals the measure of angle for 52 degrees. Okay, so this angle is 52. And we need
هيبقى
two lengths, H and Y. Find one of them.
هيبقى H هتبقى 1052 equals
Okay,
H على 28.
10, 52 equals H over 28. Okay, then H equals by using the cross multiplication, find
هيبقى
cross
35.83.
multiplication first. So write the step first. 28, 10, 52. Okay,
Oh,
give me the answer.
35.83.
35.83 meters. Okay, who can check the answer? Okay, try to check the answer. And who can find the
Mister, the
length?
answer is correct. I checked it.
Okay, who can find the distance from the observer to the top of the tower? who can find the distance from the observer to the top of the tower, which is y. Hmm. Who can find y? Nobody? It's very difficult to find. Raise your
مستر أنا
hand.
جبت واي. مستر
Okay,
الواي
raise your hand if you know the answer.
رفعه.
مم. حجاج اتفضل.
مستر كوزين 52 equal 28 over y.
Cosine, yes, 52 equals 28 over y, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. So y
y
equals,
equal 28 divided by cosine 52.
thank you, find the answer please.
45.5.
45.5 meters. Okay, if you compare between the points, the angles and the lengths, you will find this angle is 52. So this angle is 38. So the smallest angle is opposite to just the shortest side. And the middle angle is opposite to the middle side. And the hypotenuse is the greatest side, as we know. It's okay. I need to tell you something else. Some questions, you will find that the measuring of the angles is not in the level of the ground like this one. This is the level of the eyes of the man or the observer. So you have to calculate his length, his height, I mean. Okay? Yani he measured from the level of his eyes. So his tall or his height is 1.7 meters. So when you find this height, you have to add the height of the observer. Like this example. The distance from the observer to the base of the tower was 50 meters. And the tall of the man is 1.7. And he measured the angle of elevation from his level of the eyes or the eyes level is 34. Okay, so what is the height of the building? So this is the height. When you find x, after you find x, you have to add the length of the observer here. This is 1.7, then the height will be x plus 1.7 meters. It's okay. Don't forget to add the height or the tall of the man to find the whole height of the height. And for example, x or 10. Okay, this is another example. 10, 34 equals x over 50. Okay, then x will be 50, 10, 34. Okay, so equals, calculate it please, 50, 10, 34.
33.72.
33.72 meters. So the height of the tower will be 33.7 meters plus the tall of the man, which is 1.7. It's okay? Because when I start in this question, and this one, I told you that from the ground of the level. So the height is the height, but this not from the level of the ground, this from the level of the eyes of the observer. So you have to add the tall of the man to the length that you get it. And the length plus the tall of the man will be the height of the building. It's okay? Do you understand? Another question.
Clear يا مستر.
From the point on the ground, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower was observed to be 34. So this is the tower and this is the top, and the angle observed كم هنا 34. And the observer walked 62 meters in a straight line horizontally towards the base of the tower. يعني الراجل مشي كده اهو 62 meters. Okay. find the measure of, no, the elevation angle was 51. I give you the angle. So we need the height of the tower. How can we find the height of the tower? This example is different, not like the other one, because in this triangle you have a right angle triangle, and you can name the vertices A, B, C, D. And in the right angle triangle, this right angle triangle, you have only two angles. This is the right angle, and this is the angle of elevation is 51. So in this triangle, you have to find another side. So go to the another triangle, and the common side will be found to solve this triangle, because you haven't any lengths here, you haven't any sides, you have only one angle, and this is the right angle because the tower. So you haven't any sides, and you cannot use sine rule or cosine rule or trigonometric ratios without any sides. So you have to find the side. Which side? The common between the two triangles. Why? Because this side, you will get it from this triangle, and you will use it to find the height. Have you got it? Again, to find this height, you have a right angle triangle with two angles, 51 and 90. And you haven't any lengths of the side. You have no lengths of the side. So you cannot solve a triangle without any length. So you need one length. In the other triangle, you have one angle, and you have this angle. Also, you can find this angle. And you have one side. Then you can solve this triangle because you have lengths and two angles. So you have to find the common side between them to use it in this triangle. Don't find this triangle because this is useless. Okay? The third thing, try to find the side between the two triangles, which is this side. Okay? How can we find this side? You have this angle is 51. So by subtracting from 180, this angle will be 129. So this angle will be 180 minus 129 plus 34. It will be 180 minus 361. So this angle will be 17, I think, 17. Okay, check the answer, please. Check the addition. Again, this angle is 51. So this angle is 129. Find the third angle by subtracting the sum of these two angles from 180 to get the
17 يا مستر صح.
equal 17.
أيوة يا مستر.
Okay, so this angle is 17. So in this triangle, you can find the side AC. So AC over by using the sine rule because you have angles and one side. Okay, so AC over sine 34 equals 62 over sine 17. Do you understand? In this triangle, in triangle ACD, we already give the angles. So AC over sine 34 equals DC, which is 62 over sine 17. And to find AC, use the cross multiplication to find it 62 sine 34 over sine 17. Do you understand? Again, this in this triangle, you need the height of the tower. Okay? In the right angle triangle ABC, you have only one angle and the other angle, and you can find the third angle. If you have angles of a triangle, you cannot solve it because you cannot find any sides. It's okay. You have to have a side in the triangle to use it in solving the triangle. Okay. So this triangle has no lengths. So use this length of that other triangle to find the common side between them to use it in finding the height. So this angle is 51. And this angle will be 129, and the common between them is AC. Try to find AC to use it in finding the length of the tower. So in this triangle, 62 over sine 17 equals AC over sine 34. And now we can find AC. What is the length of AC by using this calculation?
118.59.
59. So 118.59 is the length of AC. So you can find the height of the tower. So in triangle ABC, now you have one length and two angles. Then you can find it by using this ratio, which is sine or cosine or tan. Tell me sine or cosine or tan.
Sine.
Sine. So sine 51 is opposite over hypotenuse that you have got it now, 118.59. Then h, which is the height, equals 118.59 sine 51 equals what?
Equal 92.16.
92.16 meters. And this is the height of the building. It's okay. Again, from a point on the ground, from the point on the ground, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower was 34. Then the observer walked towards the tower, a distance of 62 meters. And then he found that the angle of elevation from this point is 51, angle of elevation of the top of the tower. Find the height of the tower. We haven't any sides here to solve this triangle or to find any length. So use the other triangle to find the common side between them and use it to find the height. We have one side and this angle is 129 and this angle is 17 by subtracting from 180 degrees. So we have two angles and one side. We can find the third side. So AC, by using the sine rule, AC over sine 34 equals 62 over sine 17. Okay, and we found AC. And we can use AC in this triangle to find the height of the triangle. Okay, do you understand?
أنا عندي سؤال.
Okay.
أنا مصطفى. هو ما كانش ينفع نجيب ال AC بالتان، يعني tan 34 equal AC على 62.
To find sine, not sine rule, the ratio. I'm talking about the ratio. Tan سكت y or sine or cosine, you have to use one of them in the right angle triangle. Like this one, we use the sine because this angle is 90, but this an oblique. For that, we use the sine rule and the cosine rule. Then you will use the sine rule and cosine rule in oblique triangle or in the right angle triangle. Okay? But this angle is not right, so you cannot find the AC by using it. It's okay? Do you have any question? Find the x from this relation. So x will be 42 sine 40 divided by sine 42. What's the length of x? What's the length of x? حدش حل؟ Okay.
هيبقى
Nice.
40.34.
40.34. Okay, اللي حل دول هديهم extra points. Okay, طيب. How can we find the height? هيبقى the height. مين اللي
الهايت
حله بس هديهم extra point. The height تبقى الهايت over sine 67 equal the hypotenuse, which is 40.34 over sine 90, which is 1. Then the hypotenuse will be 40.34 sine 67 equals what?
ثانية واحدة بس.
هيبقى 37.13.
كم؟ 37
37.13.
2 3
13.
1 3 1 3. Okay. I'll give you another question. Write this question, please. Write down this question
مستر ممكن بس حضرتك ترجع ثانية اخد سكرين شوت.
after I finish. Write this question from a point on the ground. Write down, please. From a point on the ground, a man observed the top of the tower of an angle of elevation was 25. But from the ground, the angle of the top of the tower was 25. When he walked horizontally towards the base of the tower, X meters, يبقى هنا he walked X meters. Okay? The measure of angle of elevation was 55. But from this point, this angle was كام هنا 25. When he walked X meter, the angle was 42. Okay? 42. Find the height of the tower.
طب مستر ينفع الترينجل يبقى مقري بس عشان أعرف أخد صورة أفهمها بعد كده؟